All right, guys, we got episode 2 here for the replay review series. Today we have a submission from a player in my Discord who is Champ2, sitting around 1220 MMR in this replay. I think he's looking to get GC for his goal for now. But we'll see if we can help him out a little bit with that and just take a look through this replay, point out some things. I think this video is going to be a little bit longer than the last one I made. Last one I cut out a lot. And I was talking with some people that watched through the video, and it seemed like the consensus was pretty much just put the whole thing in, or at least a large majority of it, so that people who want to watch all of that can watch it. So this video will probably be a bit longer than the first one. I think the first one was maybe 15, 16 minutes. This one could look to be, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, maybe more. We'll see. I'm just going to look through it, point out anything I see that's super apparent, super noticeable, and fixable. Let's hop right into it. All right, first kickoff here. That's solid. I like this patience. It's a good jump. Nothing terrible here. Okay, here's first thing we can talk about. This play right here. Ball kind of moves over to wall here after this 50 out from them. Let me just explain a couple of reasons why there are a few plays you can make here that win you this position instead of being this patient. So first thing we have to understand is speed of game and why and when it's important to slow down the game and speed up the game. And in this moment, you slowed down the game. You took the game slower. You tried to settle the ball. You tried to catch it. But this was a play where you want to speed up the game, because both opponents are committed. Your teammate is committed, but the ball's on their half and you have a free touch. So they have no one in net. This is super dangerous for them, and you need to make capitalization on this as quick as possible. For a couple of reasons. First reason, if you're fast enough, they literally won't be back, and you could just put it straight into their net. That is obviously the golden position. If that happens, you're perfect. But the second and more important reason is, even if they can recover, if you speed this play up, you don't give them time to get boost. You don't give them time to get into a good position where they're comfortable and they can make an easy save. You force that awkward save, force them to go quick, and it allows you to continue the pressure of this play. Slowing down here, when you come to a halt on this wall here, this allows this player time to come back and get to you. So I would like to see from this play, the ideal play would be to touch this when it comes down right here. Use the remainder of your boost to catch this, or just touch it into the corner. And that speeds the play up. It doesn't let the ball bounce. You start the play immediately, and you play from that. I think that is your optimal play here. Obviously, taking this up the wall since you missed the bounce isn't the worst. But even then, you shouldn't even wait for the ball to get to the wall. You need to jump off and go quicker. You just gave them a pretty large amount of time to recover and strike at you. And that's quite literally what happened. Let's see. Let me check my suspicions. Yeah, so they do have one back. Now, if you're able to catch this when it comes down right here, you could get this corner boost. This corner boost is free. I assumed it would be because I didn't see anyone take it. And you now have pressure in their corner, and you have the ball. Waiting up here is not optimal. Even if you jump here, now the hit is just a little bit weaker. Get bumped, though. Not that big a deal. Move back. This is fine. I don't like... One thing you should really rep and practice is just being able to take these pad routes that you want to take with very minimal turning the cam off. This is something I notice a lot in Champ and Diamond as a really critical thing is when balls like this happen, when there's about to be a 50 or a play or something that's going to affect the flow of the game, that you cannot turn off ball cam here. Even if it means you miss a small pad, you have to keep this ball cam on because you need to know exactly where you need to be. Taking ball cam off here and not being able to see this play, you're completely blind. What if this guy pinches it and it gets over your teammate and you have no time to react to it because you're too busy grabbing pads? You're not going to be in position to defend that. You're not going to be able to, react to that in time because you're not looking at it. So here, pads are important. Absolutely. You should learn how to pad route, but they're only as important as where your car is on the field. So you have to make sure that you are paying attention to this. Anytime a critical play happens, ball cam always has to be on, even if it means missing a boost. You always have to be paying attention during critical plays. Critical plays are really important, and they're what drive the flow of the game. This is a critical play in the corner here because your teammate is out of position. He doesn't have possession, and the opponents are pressuring, but they don't have possession. So it could go either way. And when you turn off ball cam like this and you trust your teammate to do what he can in this corner, what's going to happen is if your teammate gets beat and it goes over you and into your net, you're going to get mad because you're like, why we scored on? It's my teammate's fault. I was collecting pads. It was his turn to buy time. I was getting my boost and we got scored on. But in reality, you're not paying attention to this play and you need to be paying attention. So just try and get the habit of keeping your ball cam on when you're doing stuff like collecting pads or moving into a position where you're ready to continue to play. Ends up working out. He takes it up. He doesn't go quick. Pretty good play from him. And now you're in a good position. You're defending well. A little bit more here. I don't hate this. I don't hate that you use boost here to move up. One thing I do see a lot from champs and diamonds, and even GCs, honestly, is they'll flip a lot to maintain their speed, which sometimes is good. But as I've gotten better with the game, as the years have progressed, I've kind of discovered that at the higher ranks, flipping is pretty dangerous. It commits you to a direction for a certain amount of time, and if something spontaneous happens that you're not ready to react to, you can't do anything with it. What I would prefer you do, even though I do like you boosting towards this, and I don't want you to flip, I would at least like you to grab these middle pads once you notice this is safe. This is a safe position. You have time. There's not really any threat on your net. Sure, your teammate maybe could miss it, but I'm pretty confident he's touching this. You should be too. So you have two middle pads right there, the one in the middle of the screen and the one straight up the path you're following. You don't follow him completely. This one should be grabbed. You should just swing right and grab this. No reason not to. The other reason I don't love this play is you turn ball cam off again. It's another critical play where you need to see what your teammate's doing with this. I think you probably wanted to see Ice Fish where he's at, and I think you turn it back on fairly quickly. But being able to understand what your teammate's doing with this, where he wants to play it, will allow you to just comfortably grab these pads without having to worry about someone committing on you, because you can see your teammates floating behind this for the 50. Now, I knew that was happening because I could tell the speed of the play, but I'm not 100% sure you know what that's what's going on. Maybe you do. Maybe you saw what's forthcoming. But regardless, you should be grabbing these pads. You could get at least 2 small pads, maybe 3 here through this play, and your teammate's following on this. So you don't have to be here. Like, this is too far, Teammate gets a good 50 though, and great, you stay into pressure. Here it looks like you kind of try to choose between either the ball or the boost, and you end up not doing either of them. I think playing the ball here is the correct decision if you had gotten those pads earlier, but I'll give you another option. This is what I would typically do, is I would grab this corner pad. My teammate's overcommitted in the left corner. He's got to be stuck out for a little bit. I have to buy some time. If I commit here and I get beat really bad, it'll be a goal. I probably won't get beat really bad. The other reason it's really crucial is there is an opponent right behind you who's also looking for boost. They just came out of a 50. and they're also looking to get value out of it. So taking that mid boost not only gives you a full tank, but it keeps the full tank from them. So this is a good boost grab. I like the decision to turn for the ball, except you didn't fully commit to it, and you backed out, and you didn't get either, so you just lost value here by just pretending to do one or the other. I assume the opponent got the mid? Yeah, you get the mid. And so now you don't have the mid, you don't have the ball, you're out of position, you're zeroed. And now, in this position, your teammate is most likely, if they correctly speed the play up, in a 1v2, and you just left your teammate to die. And they do correctly speed it up. Fortunately, you're in Champ 2, so Icefish here isn't the best player. But in a higher lobby, Icefish, let me find his POV, has a free demo on Revy. He needs to find his speed and just chase Revy here, and just not let up, because you are his teammates completely past you. He has a full open net if Icefish can get rid of Revy. So in a higher lobby, in GC3, in SSL, in 2K, anything, you just left your teammate to die in a 1v2. But because you're in Champ 2, you get away with this mistake because Fish doesn't chase. But in those higher lobbies, the lobbies you're trying to get to, you can't do that because you'll get punished for it. Fortunately, it works out pretty well, I think. Yeah. They aren't able to capitalize because Fish left, and you're able to take this. I've got another word to talk about this. I like this, staying behind the ball, but if you're going to jump because you think he's challenging you, don't flip. There's no need to flip. If you don't flip, you're just going to land behind this ball and just keep doing what you're doing. And if he does commit, then you can flip. But this jump is good. I love the jump. You just don't need to flip. You just keep floating. Because you're zeroed here. You can't beat him with this flip. He'll just scoop it up. You have no boost to follow up with it. So the jump is fine, but just float, you know? If he challenges you, then you can flip. You could take a 50 with him. But otherwise, you'll just land with it, and you just keep going, keep walking down the field. Yep, they get to collect it back. You guys get boost. Good time. Let Revy go. Just chill. That's okay. That's also fine. It's a little passive, but I like it. Okay, come on, buddy. You flipped on the last one and didn't flip on this one? What are we doing? What is this? We're just giving them the ball for free. Obviously, I'm sure even in the moment you probably recognized, but you should be flipping into these. Anytime where you're passing, unless there is literally no chance that the opponents can touch it, like the opponents are in their corner boost or something, you should always flip into your pass. If the pass is going in the direction against your opponents, it's easier for your teammate to receive that flipped touch than it is for the opponents to defend it. So always flip into it. It's a pretty simple thing here. Kind of give him the ball for free. Teammate clutches up, though. Good dive. I love that dive. Not letting him get any space on the ball. Yep, play safe here. You have to buy time. Your teammate's overed. Perfect, perfect. Nice. Okay, this whole sequence is really good. You took your time. You didn't overcommit on anything while your teammate was out. You maybe shadowed a little close into the middle. I would have stayed a little closer to the wall here, because your objective, because both players are on this side of the field, when you defend this with a shadow, you actually want to take the ball across your net to the other corner. How do I do this on KBM? You want to take it to this corner. Because no one's over here, so it's just a free ball. So you want to be able to shadow this like along this line, and when he hits the ball, if you can't get that value, just take it to your corner. Fortunately, you buy enough time. You let your teammate cut in. That works perfectly too. But if you sped that up, you want to just be able to catch that into your corner, and you play off this bump. This is great. This is like perfect Rocket League for where you're at right now. And chasing down. Oh, ball over boost. Beautiful. I love this. I love to see this where you use the last year boost just to force this beat where he can't take any possession. This is a great play. I love this play for where you're at. Obviously, you're in champ. All your touches can be better. You could get better touches. This is honestly, for what it's worth, probably shootable as a goal. You could probably get this fast enough to get it in. But the decision is what I'm concerned about. You can train your mechanics on your own time. That's not important here. I'm not going to flame you for any really bad mechanics unless it's the decision you choose to make a bad mechanic. So this was a good decision. You should feel good about this play. This whole like 10-second sequence was really, really good. I love this touch. Gimmick collects. Gets beat. Unfortunate. Got to play safe here. That's okay. Keep it close. Keep it close. I love this. This is also, you're just having a really good sequence here. This is good to keep this close because trying to throw this out past him will just go to fish. So you recognize that. You kept it close. You played for 50 to try and beat through one. It didn't work. That's okay. That happens. This is a good sequence. All right. We drove over here for the corner boost. Let's be dead ass. Let's be so real with ourselves here. You wanted this corner. Just take it. Like, you're so concerned with this play, your teammate's going to wrap up the play. He's still on this. There's no reason for you to just be hovering around here. Just get over there and take this boost right now. Like, right when this hit happens, go take this boost. Your teammate has this undercover. He has full boost. He took this guy's boost. This guy's probably zeroed. Obviously, you can't know, but, like, look at this. This guy's probably zeroed. So, just grab this boost. This is what you came over here for, and you took so long, and you played the ball too much. You got worried about the play. A lot of times, ball over boost is good, but you have to recognize when it's just time to just call it, get this boost, get your value out of this play by preventing fish from getting a boost and getting boost yourself. And just leaving. That's all I want to see from you here. Just get this boost and get out. So now you've missed the boost, and you do the extra bad thing of circling back to get it, and then missing it again. That is the worst possible thing you could do in this situation. You have to just be committal. You either have to decide, well, I missed the boost, so now I'm not going to get it, so I'm going to rotate back and defend, or you could decide, I'm turning and getting this boost no matter what. You cannot do this. This is the worst possible thing you could do. You now have no one back. Fish has full boost, and you've again left your teammate to have to clutch up. The more times you leave your teammate in a position where they have to clutch, the worse you're gonna feel about playing comp, because it's gonna feel like you're getting bad teammates. It's gonna feel like your games are winning or lost depending on how well your teammates are playing. Because it's kind of true, because you're leaving them to have to make all of the important plays. So that's why you never see, like, at those lower ranks, when those pros are doing unranked to GC, unranked to SSL, they never complain about their teammates. And it's not because their teammates are any better or any worse than your teammates. They don't let their teammates get in these positions where they have to make critical plays. They play for their teammates. So you've kind of just had your teammate have to make a strong play here. And it looks like he's going to be able to. Yep. Dude, come on, man. This is a corner boost. You should know where this is. Stop turning off ball cam. Like, this is fine. That maybe turning it off once there to dodge that demo was okay. But after this singular dodge, keep this on. Just watch the play. You're going to the boost anyways. You should know where this is. You're in champ. You should know where this boost is. Just let your teammate play this out. He will get a touch probably. If he doesn't, you still probably have time to go get this boost. Just go for the boost and watch the play. Make sure nothing happens. Turning it off like this is just like... it's just a bad habit to build. I know it's only for a couple seconds here, and you're just flicking it on and off. But you should know where the boost is. You got to build that habit. You can't. This is bad habits for future plays. Anyways, teammate takes it down. Solid. Gets a good 50. You're a little too far up to play it. That's okay. I like that touch a little. I like the idea behind it. I don't like that you try to put it back upfield. Maybe this was a mechanical error. You should definitely take this back as much as you can because you have a free touch on this. And if you take it up, you're going to be alone fighting this up. But if you take it back, you get to build back up the play with your teammate. If you take this, like when you put this frontwards, even if you are able to stay on this, you're going to be alone in this play. And so you won't be able to pass it to anyone. There's 2 in net. No reason to do that. Just take it back. Just bring it back. Your teammate's coming back anyways, too. You can play together back there. This hit isn't very good, but the idea behind it is good. I like the idea of trying to put it to the wall, just kind of further back away from the opponents. So I'm not going to critique you too hard on that. That's fine. That's a great touch. I mean, you can't really do much more than this in this play, other than maybe hit it harder at their net because your teammate's not involved and he's just getting boosted. You're just buying time. This is a good play. Just understanding that you need to buy time here. I like this. This is good. I don't... Okay. This is a really high-level critique. But this is something that you'll kind of feel out once you get to a higher level of playing. But what you've done with this hit right here is you've created awkward timing in the game. You've created awkward timing, and in logistics, it's a good play. But you're about to encounter a really weird problem. I haven't even seen the play yet. I just feel like I have a fair confidence on what's going to happen. Icefish has this ball. He has possession on this ball. Your teammate is in your corner, and the opponent is at mid. So what's going to happen here is Ice is going to collect, and he's going to start moving down the field. Your teammate is going to be alone on the side of, on his side of the field. And so he's going to feel pressured to either shadow defend or commit. And when he shadow defends, that's going to be okay. But again, you've left your teammate kind of in a 1v2 by going for this corner boost. But if he commits, it might honestly end up in a goal because you've completely left and now they completely flip the momentum. So right here, you have 3 big, juicy small pads in front of you. You already landed on one. There's one on this. How do I change the fly? There's one on this orange right here, and there's one right here. And you could do this little scoop and just collect pads and bring it down the middle or cut back in if you need. You're staying involved in the play. You're not leaving this play because you've just made this play really awkward by technically giving up possession to them. So while that was a good hit, now the problem is you have to make sure that hit gets value by not letting them get pressure. So just collect these pads. Don't go for this corner. This is shooting yourself so far out of the play. And you could do the same amount if you don't use this boost here. Like, there's no need to use these 2 pads you picked up if you're not going for that boost. Just pick up this 36-40 boost right here and just turn around. No biggie. But leaving here, let's see what happens. Your teammate dives, he gets the 50. But you see what I mean? If your teammate got beat here on this awkward timing that I was talking about, that's a goal. Like, look at this from this guy's POV. There is no one left on the field. Like, if he is good enough of a player to get this around, it is over for you guys because there is no one else back. Your teammate doesn't want to be left in 1v2, so he commits, which is not a terrible commit because he recognized the other guy was awkward, but it's dangerous because if he gets beat, there's no one back. And that danger is because of you. You rotated to this boost when the opponents had the ball and the pressure. But works out. Teammate gets a good touch. Just mechanical error. I won't call you out too hard. Damn, where's your boost going? Man, I guess that's fine. I also won't critique that too hard. It's just kind of back-to-back mechanic. Okay, I will critique this, though. This is insane. This is insane work. Okay. Right here, obviously you can't see the opponent. But you're trusting the opponent to assume that you're going to leave this. Or that, like, you're playing a mind game here. You're basically thinking the opponent is going to see that you could beat him, and he's going to let you catch the ball. But that's a problem because you have no one behind you. You're stuck at mid, and the opponent could beat you. Like, it's a possibility. So this is a insanely ambitious slowdown. This is so ambitious. This is like you're playing against Plats. Like, if you're playing against Plats, this would be fine because you're 4 or 5 ranks better than them. You know? You're way better than Plats. So, like, you could afford to do this. But at your rank, this player could commit this, you know? And that's actually what happens. So, you have to buy time because your teammate is dead, and your decision is to try and make an offensive move. And the reason why he also probably commits this is... I clicked the wrong thing, didn't I? I don't know. The reason why he probably commits this is because you guys have no last man now. The last man is dead. You're stuck at mid here. And if he leaves this, if he decides not to commit for this, you have another problem because he will be in he'll be in a 1v2 or on a 1v1. So he has to go. Like, he has to go on this. So waiting like you do here to assume he's not going to commit is insanely ambitious and way too bold. You need to just hit this to the wall. You could even collect it on the wall and just take it up. It's actually a good position for you. I can't lie. It's pretty good. If you're good enough, you could just roll this at the wall, get that mid boost, and take it up the wall. But you can't just... You've let your teammate do so much this game. Or basically asked your teammate to do a lot this game. Which is something you really don't want to do. You want to get as much value out of yourself as possible. That's a good save. That's a good save. You showed me this before, this like triple save play. This is a good play. Credit where credit is due. This is a good play. Final touch. Okay. Okay. You got to do one of two things here. You have this a lot where you have 2 options and you get so stuck between them. I don't even know if you saw the second option here, but you get so stuck between them that you just don't do either of them, and it's bad. So you either have to hit this ball, which would basically just require you to read this play a little better and flip into this. This is still hittable right now if you're fast, if your reaction's fast. Or, once you feel like it's past you, instead of turning and missing like this, you have to bump the guy. Look at him. He's backflipped. He's easy bump. Free bump. Anytime someone flips on the ball like this, a side flip, a back flip, any flip with no momentum, even a front flip in the right position, is the freest bump ever. He's stuck floating. He can't move. Flipping is scary and dangerous in 2s, especially backflipping. So you just go bump this guy. It's a free ball for your teammate. I like the bump here. I would probably go for the bump here if this got past me. But you could also corner flip into this right here and kind of send it down the field. Now you miss, and I'm assuming probably what happened to your teammate is he thought you were going to hit it. Yeah. So he just kind of moved up. I can't lie. This, even though you did just make a crazy triple save, this is kind of on you. You needed to either hit this or bump him. I like that you chose this replay because this replay very much feels like so far this game has had a lot of fault on you, and that's okay. That's what you're here to learn from, and that's what makes you better, is learning where you're making faults. But yeah, you got to either bump or hit this ball. It's mandatory. This is like in this moment, you need to recognize that not doing this is bad. Like in the game, you need to recognize I didn't do either of these this is my fault. This is my fault that this was a goal. I need to do this next time. And that'll force your brain to do it next time. Anyways, happens to be a goal. Whatever. No biggie. You're down 1. Let's see what continues. Okay. I'm not gonna go over it in this replay because there's a lot of shit behind it. It's really kind of complicated, but I'm gonna eventually do a course, or not even a course, but just like a video on cheating, on why and when to cheat. Basically, the answer is pretty much always, and you should cheat pretty hard. So this dry cheat is not very good, but again, you're in champ. I'm gonna excuse it. Not the thing to work on. I mean, it is a thing to work on, but not the most important thing. You know, it's not the end of the world that you're not cheating here. Bad 50. Opponent gets the boost. That's fine. Honestly, I feel like you don't need to jump off the wall here. You could stay grounded so you don't overcommit yourself here. Jumping here, just like you're floating. Now you can't. You're not grounded. You're not getting boost. You're not doing anything. You're just floating. You want to stay grounded pretty often. This is one of those plays where it wouldn't be it might 50 kind of towards your net if you don't jump, which is maybe a little scary. So I respect the jump. I'm not going to be the worst critique over this one. I don't hate it. It's just you kind of leave yourself stuck. It's also okay to jump here is if you recover better. You just also had a really bad recovery. Gimme gets a very clutch save. I love that you went for a ball here. That's super clutch. Get that. Okay. Right here, you've committed your momentum towards this mid boost. And you play this ball already. You've done as much as you can with this ball already. You can't do any more. Just get the boost. Your teammate has full boost here. He's kind of alone. But you need to take a risk sometimes to get resources to play. And you're so close to this boost already, you might as well just turn and get it. If you land normally here and you land towards the mid boost, you can get it and get back in not that long. Not much longer than it takes you to waddle your 0 tank back right now. It'll take a little longer, obviously. But, okay, not if you do that. I think you should go get that mid boost. I think it's really good value. You can trust your teammate to get 1 time buying touch. Especially at champ. Like, that's okay to trust. That's a great 50. Not allowing them space. Okay, this time it is good that you didn't go for mid. That you stay on the play. This was a good decision. You got beat. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta just recognize that you're beat and just stop jumping and committing to these. Like, jumping and flipping always commits you to direction. So if you just decide you're beat here, you could just stay grounded, grab this small pad, scurry on back. No biggie. But because you jump and flip, you're kind of out. But not that big a deal on this specific play because it's not really dangerous. So I don't hate it. Teammate gets awkward. Touch this. Great settling touch. Stay under it. Okay. Let's talk about this one. This one is what you tried to do earlier, except you didn't do it and you could have done it. So their first man just committed. He's going to your corner. He's going to be slow back. So their second man is going to be scared to commit. What that means is when this ball bounces right here and you turn off ball cam like you did it right. Up to this point, you're perfect. You see he's not going. You see how far back he is. Just sit under it. If he commits, then you could front flip and it'll just flick the ball up. But just catch this. No need to not catch it. But you hit it away. And now he has a free touch, I assume. Yeah. Like, this is an easy catch. You just catch that. And then you got to dribble down the field. You did all the steps right to win yourself that ball for the possession, and then you hit it away. You panicked. So just be a little calmer. No need to panic. That's an okay hit. Teammate almost commits it. In champ, This is honestly probably better than it would be in higher ranks because this is a scary save for them. In higher ranks, I'm not going to critique you too much. I'm not going to tell you to stop doing this right now. But in higher ranks, this is pretty bad because you've just committed yourself to 0 boost and the backboard play, and you've effectively given them a free ball because if your teammate commits, he will probably get beat, and then you have no one defending, so he can't commit, or he shouldn't commit. So this is not a very good play higher up, because you're basically committing yourself again, leaving your teammate to make the last decision, and you don't want to do that. You always want to be the person with the last say as often as possible when you're solo queuing. Honestly, not even when you're solo queuing, just in general. So this is not very good, but it's not that bad because it was a good hit and you landed well. Just get back, get some boost. Yep. That corner was there, but you didn't see it spawn. That's okay. No biggie. That's a good pass. I like that a lot. I like that decision. Even though it didn't work out, I like it a lot. All right. He kind of had him beat to the corner. I can't lie. He went for a kill on you because he recognized he couldn't beat you. He might have made it, but even if he did make it, if he went for the corner, you would have killed him. Turning off towards the ball here is a bad decision because it basically gives him the corner boost if he wants it. But he decided to go for a kill, which I actually think is honestly not that good a play here. I imagine they don't get a goal off this. Wow, he converted that fast. But yeah, he shouldn't have done that, I don't think. But you should have played for this boost. It's a powerful boost right there. Teammate makes back. Good save. Nice lurk. Grab that mid. Perfect. I like the touch too. Air dribble. Okay, that works. Don't love that so much. This is something to rep. Right here, off this touch, you could get to the right of this. Maybe this is too advanced for you. Maybe sometimes I struggle with remembering what people are like capable of at chat. But you could get to the right side of this ball, or you could even wait a little bit for it to go even further left. But you could air dribble this straight at their net. Like this is super free because their last guy isn't able to commit on this, and their first guy is over committed. So you're in a 1v1. So when you're in a 1v1, you want to take time. You want to slow the play down, not speed the play up. And an air dribble is a really good way to do that if you're mechanically competent enough in it, because air dribbles are hard to defend in one-on-ones. But if not, just catch this. Catching is fine. Hitting this up here actually isn't even that bad either because you still can't go. But this hit is a bad way to follow it. You got to hit it at least to the backboard, like central or on net. But honestly, good decision making. Just this needs like mechanical repping, I think. Sorry, I gotta watch what your teammate did here. Okay. This is really bad from your teammate. Your teammate has honestly played really well this game. This is abysmal. Not only did he commit for this, but he full flipped too. So this guy is out of the play for years. Hopefully you're quick enough to make it back, but nah, this could be a goal, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I'll be honest. There's more you could have done because this offensive attack should have been better, but this was your teammate's bad. This is not on you, I will say. Obviously, there's more you could have done. You should have turned this into a goal for your team with this attack, but your teammate made the wrong decision. That's okay. It happens. It happens pretty often. Again, just by committing as first man, you leave your teammate as the person to make the final decision. So can't be that mad that he missed it and that he decided to go because you left him to do that. So yeah, your teammate made a mistake, but you gave him that opportunity to make that mistake. So no point in being that upset about it. just moving on and playing through, you know? Now, the kickoff, you don't cheat hard enough, but I'll cover that in the cheating video. I don't think your teammate needed to jump. Yeah, no, he could have easily just collected this by not jumping. A lot of people do this where when a ball is coming to your net and it's high, they always jump every time. But there's no need to jump this early. You waste so much boost doing that, and you can't get a good touch. Just wait, man. There's no one on this. And even if they do chase it, you could just jump later and still beat them. It's coming to you. Sorry. I know this is not his replay review. Yours, but no need to jump here. It's exceptionally unnecessary. And it's on his. It's on him. Okay. I'll say it is on him. It's a little on you for getting beat here. Especially when the other player is committed to this, you could just double jump and beat this guy with a fast aerial. So it is a little still on you. But it's mostly on your teammate. So right now, there's a lot you could have done to be up in this game right now. But a lot of the goals that have been put in on you guys have resulted in you leaving your teammate to make the final decision and him not failing to convert on it. So you just need to work on getting more value and allowing yourself to be in a position where your teammate doesn't have to make that final decision, where he's not the person between winning and losing. It has to be you. So your ranked matches will feel like RNG based on the teammates you're getting if you're playing like this. I assume close to final kickoff, maybe not final, but this is a lot of hesitation. Let me watch this again. Honestly, I don't even know why you turned ball cam off here, but you should kind of be up earlier. This is pretty awkward. I'm assuming you probably panicked because you hit this guy here, but right about now you gotta jump. Like this ball's super threatening with ice fish in the middle because you have so much boost off of this kickoff right here because you won this mid. No one else in this lobby has this much boost. You can keep track of that in your head because kickoff just happened. So jumping for this should be a free ball, and you can play this to yourself. You just got to get up earlier. It's a good block though, really phenomenal 50. Again, you're just scared to catch the ball. You just kind of play it away. Like you got to catch this. And if you're not going to catch it, if you're going to bang it, you have to bang it into the wall so you can play it again. Any opportunities you have offensively, you're selling them by just panicking and going too quick. You're speeding up too much. On offense, you need to slow the plays down. On defense, you need to speed the plays up. That's the general rule for all ranks. If you're thinking you're playing too slow, you're probably not getting good offensive attempts. Or sorry, if you're thinking you're playing too slow, you're probably not getting good defensive plays. And if you're thinking you're playing too fast, probably losing a lot on defense. You just give the ball back to him for free. Teammate could probably convert because you're in champ and they made a terrible save. But you literally just gave this guy this ball. This goal didn't come from success of you guys. It came from a mistake from the opponents. So nice. Really good touch for you. Beautiful shot. I mean, I can't honestly ask you for much better of a shot at this rank. Obviously, there are a lot of better shots that you can put on. There's a lot of open space to shoot, especially top left is your best area here. Top left is almost completely undefendable if you get good power. But I can't put too much on you. It's a good touch. I like it. I like the confidence on that jump. Oh, nice. I love the aggression down 2 goals. Very smart decision. Nice. Don't get the boost, that's okay. Very close. Oh, dude. What are we doing, man? Why is ball cam off? This is the most critical play of the entire game, and we have ball cam off? There is literally not a more critical play in this game. You have to score right now. Why are we ball cam off? We have to see what's happening. Turn that on. How are you supposed to react? Nice. Almost convert. Maybe you're able to keep it up? Nah. Overall, final notes, I would say take a lot more time on your offensive. You got to be a lot calmer. You're panicking a lot. Try not to overcommit so much, or just try and look for plays where you always stay involved. There's always pressure on the opponents, and any attacks or leaps that would leave you overcommitted are typically pretty rough. They're not good decisions. So just try and aim for that. Anyways, pretty good replay overall. I think you played pretty solid. You left your teammate to kind of make clutch plays on defense a lot. So you're pretty fortunate that he was able to keep a lot of those out. But I appreciate you submitting a replay. I hope this replay review found you well. As always, if you want to submit a replay, anyone who's watching this, I have a channel in my Discord where you can put replays in. I'll try and get to as many of them as I can to finish the series. Get as many of these out as often as possible. Obviously, they take a minute to record. They take a minute to edit. But I really enjoy doing them, and I think they're a good way for people to learn. They're even good ways for me to learn because I can see the fundamentals of the game more, and the more I study them, the more I learn. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys for sticking around, watching this video. If you have any things you want me to change to the series, like perchance making the videos shorter, making them longer, doing pro replays, doing my own replays, any suggestions at all, just comment down below. Leave any comments you have, or even better, if you want, you could join my Discord and message me directly and tell me what you want to see. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. I will see you guys in the next one.